Welcome to Por favor, somos tres.
A podcast about un poquito de todo.
Books, pop culture, trauma, and a little chisme. We're your hosts.
I'm Sin.
I'm Mel.
I'm Sareed.
Thanks for listening.
Stay if you want.
Please stay.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Por favor, somos tres. I'm Mel.
I'm Sin.
I'm Sareed.
And today we have a bookish episode for you guys, as you can probably already tell by the title of this episode. Books are kind of something that we have brought us together. It's something that we really enjoy. And even a lot of people in our family, when we first started talking about doing a podcast, everyone thought it was going to be about books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we are a lot more interesting than just our book stories. So we're going to start off with our personal stories on how we got into reading. I think all three of us have been reading for a long time, even though we didn't exactly connect through reading initially. So do any of you guys want to start first?
I can start first.
All right.
Okay. So, I think I remember I started when I was like when I say elementary school. Like, you guys remember the book fairs?
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
I love
Even though
them.
like I couldn't buy anything.
Window shopping.
I saw a TikTok. This man, he said he put his like $200 on his daughter's like
I saw that
account
TikTok, yeah.
because she was like, I never got anything from the book fair. I want my daughter to have everything from the book
But you see,
fair.
she only bought 3 books.
And she bought 3 books. Exactly. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like, oh,
But I
would it
still
be me?
love the book fair.
Yeah.
I used to love going to the library in general. Like
Yeah.
in my school, like I thought the library was so pretty. Like I loved going in there. And so I just remember like going and like picking out like all kinds of books. Like I think books that like are probably like, I think y'all kind of read kind of the same books when y'all were growing up. I didn't read like any like the classic
Mm-hmm.
books. Like I forgot what I think I remember. I can't remember the name of this specific series that I used to read. But it was kind of like those Junie B. Jones kind of
Mhm.
things. But it wasn't her. It was somebody completely different.
Amelia Bedelia?
It was not
Amelia
Amelia
Bedelia.
Bedelia. But I can't remember who it was. But I just remember like I loved like those series. It was like a mystery kind of like detective girl, and I used to love that. And when I got like a little bit older, I used to love reading like these like I don't even know why they were in like the school fair, because they were kind of like not explicit, but they were like they were mature, and they were like about these high school like people like relationships and problems. Like I can't off the top of my head remember like titles or the names or anything, but I do remember like I was reading this, and it was kind of like my first intro to like kind of like the, I guess what we call now like the spicy and the smut era, but it wasn't like totally like what we're reading now. But yeah, I just remember I've always liked books. I've always liked like the Dr. Seuss books. I used to love reading those when I was young.
Do you have a favorite one?
The Dr. Seuss books?
Yeah.
Probably just like The Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably just The Cat in the Hat. That's like my favorite Dr. Seuss book, I think. Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
That's the one? All right.
Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, I think I've always really, really enjoyed reading, and then I had to stop for a while. Like I just I think like it wasn't until like the pandemic hit and I started reading again, and I think you and I were kind of connecting like, oh my gosh, did you read this, or oh, did you read that? And that's when it started up again. Because I had stopped reading for like a long time. But yeah, that's just kind of like how I started. I've always liked to read.
What about you, Sareed?
I think most of our like kind of like introduction to reading has been like through elementary school, book fairs and all that stuff. Because yeah, same. I loved going to book fairs. My parents, they gave me money to buy some books, but they were like vampire books, and at that point, my mom threw them away.
I didn't read like the
My mom threw 'em
Twilight
away.
books. I didn't read any of those.
Yeah, my mom threw it away because it was like, girl. I was like,
what you doing?
yeah. So I was like, why'd you give me money anyway?
Aw, she should have
But-
donated it.
But now look at her. Look at me spending all that money now.
Right.
She shouldn't have thrown
Joke's
it away.
on her.
Jokes on her.
It's worse now.
It's worse now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was like all through the book fairs and stuff. And I think in high school, I really didn't read that much. And then COVID happened, and then I was not working, and I had ACOTAR was the first. I've had ACOTAR for probably like a year before COVID started. Didn't
never
never read it,
opened
never
it.
touch it, just bought it.
I still remember when you
And-
put it on your Instagram. Like you said, oh my God, this book is amazing.
I finished it in 8 hours.
Really?
8 hours? You are committed.
I just
Immediately,
remember I
like,
was like,
did,
oh, that,
yeah.
that sounds like a good story.
Yeah, and immediately
I
went to
didn't read
Barnes
it.
and Noble, did a pickup order, and got the second and third one. And I think Frost and Starlight was out, or maybe it wasn't out yet. I don't remember. But yeah, the book fair, and then ACOTAR after.
But I swear,
In
like, you were
2020.
like, you have a way more books. Like, when I started reading it again, and I remember looking at your bookshelf, I was like, oh my gosh, like, she has so many books.
I bought a lot and didn't never read them.
Oh,
Like,
you
so
just had them.
it was like a lot that I saw on, I don't even know what was popular back then, social media wise.
Mm-hmm.
But I just saw a lot of YouTube videos of this book and is here. I think TikTok was really prevalent in 2020
Mm-hmm.
or started being more prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I saw, oh, this book is recommended. And I was like, okay, let me buy it because I, like I said, wasn't working.
Yeah.
I was still making an
Get
income,
a
but
lot
I
of
wasn't
time.
working. So I
Yeah.
had time to read. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
no, it was thanks to COVID.
Thanks to COVID,
Thanks
for
to
real, though,
COVID.
because I don't think I would have started reading again if it wasn't for that.
No, I would have never had enough time to
Yeah.
sit there and read for hours. Oh my gosh.
What
Yeah,
about
so
you?
so mine kind of dates back even a little further than the book fairs
Mm-hmm.
because as our audience probably knows, like, we're immigrant children, so
Mhm.
you guys probably came to the US a little sooner than I did because I was in kindergarten when I came to the US. So
Mhm.
a lot of my, I guess, reading memories prior to that were my mom reading.
Mm.
So she would read these thick, like, when I tell you they were thick, I wish I would have set it out, but I think I have it. But it's a thick book, and it's about, like, Los Aztecas, and that was her favorite book of all time. Like, I remember her, like, obsessing, and it was like 2 or 3 of them, so it was like the ACOTAR of her time.
Mm.
So I remember her reading those, and then, like, she would read to me all the time. Like, I don't recall what she would read to me, but I had a lot of, like, books as a child that she would read to me. And then it kind of always just stuck with me, even when I was, like, learning English and kind of going through that transition. My mom would always read to us. We had this particular book. It was a chicken soup for the
Oh,
Teenage
the
Soul
Chicken Soup
book.
books,
Those are so
good. Oh my God, it
I
was-
still have yours from years ago.
Years ago.
Wow.
I saw it.
You are
I have
the
a really
worst.
nice story in there. I haven't read it in
I
a
keep
long
forgetting.
time.
that I have it.
Those were good. Those were good. Those were good.
Those were good. There was a particular story that we made my mom read to us, like, consistently. It was about green salami. I think it was titled, like, Green Salami. I don't know. I didn't look it up. But it was basically this story about this girl who was obsessed with salami. And I don't know. I guess it started my obsession with salami, too. But that was, like, my favorite story as a kid.
Yeah.
And then in school, obviously, they would force you to read, like, the weird.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
everybody thought those were the worst books. But I honestly really enjoyed, like, the school-chosen
I
material.
think I liked my ninth grade teacher, I want to say. It was, I don't remember what grade it was, but she made us read, like the Hunger Games. She made us read, like, Of Mice and Men. There was another, Huckleberry Finn. Like, those books I think I enjoyed. But it was because, like, she was a cool teacher, so she made it kind of fun. But then when I got to high school, they made us read, like, those books. Like, did you guys ever have to, like, read those books before, like, during the summer and then going into class?
No.
No,
I
I never did summer.
You were
reading.
advanced, so
No. Yeah,
you
no.
guys you guys didn't get a break.
Yeah,
The
we
rest
did.
of us took a break.
They gave us a list of books to read in the summer, and I was like, why would I do that in my summer?
That's
like,
so crusty.
read? Are you
Like,
kidding me?
how would they know if you read it? They
They
quiz
didn't
you or
because I
something?
did them. I didn't read them, and we were supposed to have like a paper, like a summary, and
Yeah.
I just
You BS'd it.
yeah.
You
No, I
Spark
I
Notes?
spark noted it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I spark noted it because it was like these books that I was just like not interested at all.
Oh.
It was the classics, of course, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Not my
it's
favorite.
different. I feel like it's different when you read it with someone who's already read it 300 times versus when you read it by yourself and you're like, what is this even saying?
Yeah.
A lot of the, like, expressions in there aren't even modern day expressions, so you're like, this doesn't even make sense. But I did have a lot of cool English teachers that really enjoyed their job, and they did a great job at that. I also remember collecting, like, all the series of Unfortunate Events books. Those were, like, my thrillers of the time.
Of the time,
Yeah. Yeah. When it became a show, I was very disappointed because the show
It
was
wasn't good?
awful.
No.
No,
It wasn't good.
it was
dang.
awful, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
The movie was okay, but the show was awful. But that's pretty much, like, childhood-wise how I got into it. And then, of
Yeah.
course, COVID, which segues into how we kind of connected over
Yeah,
reading.
how we became
Book besties.
book
book
club.
besties. It
Book
really
club.
started how like I was saying, like you and she started reading the ACOTAR books,
Mhm.
and then I think I was reading the after books, and
Mhm.
you had already read them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
I
had-
read
you
them when
had
they
already-
were. I was a Wattpad girl.
You're a Wattpad girly,
I was
and
a
I was-
Wattpad girl.
That was
wasn't-
Wattpad?
Yeah,
So
those
Harry
were
Styles
Wattpad.
fan fiction.
Wow.
Tell
Those are
me,
Wattpad
I can tell you all the
books.
Harry Styles fan fiction.
And I remember I
Also-
was obsessed with that series. Like I loved. It's not a good series. Like if we're being honest, it's
No,
very
it's not.
toxic.
Yes,
It's very very toxic.
But
But I loved it so much, and it made me want to continue to read. And
Mhm.
that's when we started like, oh, what book are you reading? Or like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
reading this one now. Or oh, you should read this one now.
Mhm.
And it was peak like pandemic. So
Mhm.
we were like, what else are we doing? Like, I would be at work and I would have my phone and read like so many books because I mean there was nobody in the office, so
Yeah.
nobody was gonna. What were they gonna say to me?
What are they gonna do? Fire
what are
me?
they gonna do? Fire me?
Please don't fire her if you see this
When I
now.
was, no, but while I was,
No.
I was the only one in the office, like one of the only ones in the office. So
yeah, you were.
yeah,
That's
that
neat.
was that
That's
was
neat.
that was that was
Sin-
good times.
Sin and I were trying to remember like how I ended up in this because at the time it was just the two of y'all.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure it was like one time we went to your house for the pool and you guys were talking about books or something.
Mm.
And then I was like, oh, I've never seen your bookshelf. And you're like, okay.
Oh
well.
yeah, I had built
you
my
had
little
your
shelf.
shelf that was it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a big shelf.
yeah.
And then I remember going to your room and just kind of looking at all your books. And somehow you guys ended up recommending Ugly Love to me.
Because we
And
had
I
just
think-
finished
so.
it.
Uh-huh.
I think we had just finished reading it, and I was obsessed with that book.
And I
thought it
think
such
I
a
was
good book.
freshly out of a job. So I think I binged it in like one day.
Yeah,
and I
think
sobbed.
so.
And from there, you're like home.
I don't know, but I don't know
Yeah.
how did the group like because that's how the group chat is. Like even now to like this day, our group chat is still the book club
It's
book
only because we haven't done book club in
and forever.
like
been
a
like
year
a
and a
year,
half. Or
yeah.
two.
We went strong for a
For a
year.
year.
We did really
Every
well.
month?
Every month we had a new book, and each of us would pick a book. And sometimes they were flops, but like I think for the
We had a
most
lot
part
of
we
good
did
ones.
add
We had
like
good
a lot of
ones.
good ones.
Yeah, we did.
I think now there's a lot more good books now, like coming out. So we should start.
we
There's
always
some
say we're
summer
gonna
ones.
start up again.
There's some
but-
summer ones that look good. So I think
It's
we
just
should.
tricky
know,
because
but-
I'm such like I feel like I'm a mood reader.
Mood.
Yeah.
So now like when I tell myself I have to read a book, it's like, oh, do I really want to read it now or can I read it in
Oh.
like 6 months?
I remember like when we first started reading, like I was obsessed with like reading a book. Like
yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of the girlies now are getting like a lot of people are getting into reading. Like a lot of people, like even our family members, like my cousin, she's getting really into reading, and it was something that I'm not saying that we like not that we started, but
We
like
started a trend.
we started a trend. I'm saying like we already had read these books that some people are just now reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting to this point where like the books that are being recommended, I'm not vibing with. Some of these
Mhm.
popular books, I don't like.
They're not meeting your expectations.
I don't know what it is. I just am like, you guys like this?
Oh,
I
no.
feel like she said that about a lot of books we've recommended.
Well, recently,
Yeah.
about this one specific book that y'all recommended, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. I feel like Sarita and I have very similar tastes though.
Yeah, we do.
Um,
We've had pretty good ones about recently. I feel like.
I feel like I've had a
I've
lot
had
of
a
like
lot of good
4
ones
stars,
recently.
4.5 stars.
I wish I haven't had like a really good book. Like I have had some good ones, but like reading, like when I read Avatar for the first time, when I read all, like the Coho books. For the
Start
first
reading Throne of
time.
Glass, like a Throne of Glass series.
Oh, I don't
I-
know. I think that would push her into a book slump for sure.
Do you
People
think
keep
Yeah.
saying
It
it
might
starts
be.
off really slow.
It does.
Yeah.
But
It-
I heard the payoffs is
It's-
great.
it's
I'm
worth
still in the
it.
middle of it, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do anything to reread Kingdom of Ash for the first
For the
time.
first time.
Even like the last like 3 books, if I could reread them again,
Yeah.
I absolutely would because the amount of like
Times that you were like, what happened?
like my face, half the book Kingdom of Ash, I was like
In shock.
in shock.
Yeah.
This girl had no words. And I definitely cried to a lot of parts, but a lot of people go into it thinking it's a romantasy because ACOTAR is a romantasy.
Right.
And
Yeah.
romance is like a subplot. Like it's,
And I'm such a romance girly. Like I want to be like a girly that like reads like all different kinds of books. I can't. Like I do like a good like I say this. I've only read like the one thriller book that we read. I did really really like that one. I'm like, oh, maybe I should read more thriller books. But every time like I'm trying to pick up a different book, I'm like, I want to read a romance book. Like I just
that's what I'm doing now because I'm reading The Nightingale and it's
Oh.
a historical fiction.
Yeah.
have you
World
cried
War
yet?
II. It's very like dang because it talks about the two sisters who are going through like separate things like during the war and all that stuff. And there's one, it's like I think she's like housed. It's not really, might be a spoiler, not really. She's housing like she has to house a Nazi like general or captain or something. But I mean she's by herself with her daughter, so you kind of like it's kind of one of those like like they get acquainted, like they start being friendly to each other, and she's like, she knows she can't, and then her sister's in Paris and all that stuff. But it's like
Oh, wow.
purely like very historical, and I'm like, it's really.
But you're
good.
liking it. Okay.
It's really thick. It's a thick book.
I've
but-
heard her writing is really good, though.
but so far it's really really good. So I get
Well, I
it.
hope you enjoy it because
I know you really
want
are a
some
romance
love.
girly. You really are. A
yeah, I
romance
had
girly.
and like I said, I'm this is not this. I don't know how to explain this. Like, just like a lot of like the books that have been so popular, just haven't haven't liked.
What
I
is it
don't
you haven't been liking
know.
about them, though? Like,
I
is it
think
the
romance.
tropes?
I think it's the romance that I'm just like not buying, or like I'm not liking the main characters, or I don't feel like the story like makes sense. I don't know. And like the dialogue sometimes too for me, when it's like gets a little cringy. That for me, and it's crazy because I probably read like a bunch of cringy stuff at like when I first started reading.
Yeah.
But now I don't know why it bothers me so much. I don't know.
Do you have like a trope that you absolutely just cannot stand in romance?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not like a huge what is it? The Why Choose books, like the ones where it's like multiple. I like a in game like a couple. So like the ones where it's
Just
like
the two people.
just the two people. So the
Yeah.
ones where like it's multiple people. I don't know. I don't really.
Okay.
Really care for those. I don't love Friends to Lovers. I know you guys love those.
I do like Friends to Lovers.
I love them. I like angst. I like them. I like it to be angsty, and I just sometimes Friends to Lovers to me is not angsty enough.
I feel like it's so angsty sometimes because you're like
Will they?
on
Won't
the
they?
borderline.
I feel like a lot of times
Sometimes.
they're friends to lovers, but they're second chance, so there is some angst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like you're like, oh, you fucked up that one time, and now I can't
Okay,
trust
like
you
maybe
again.
like the second chance. Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
love second chance.
Those are
Second
good.
chances
I
are
do
good.
like a
Friends
good
to lovers. I
second
don't know.
chance.
Maybe it's just because I can relate. I'm like, oh, that's
you
cute.
know how that
Oh, that's cute.
Because you can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love a good like enemies to lovers. I like those.
Mhm.
Forced proximity. Love those.
The one bed trope.
The
and
one
stuff
bed
like
trope
that.
is just
I think it's
superb.
hilarious. I
You
think
don't
it's
like
funny.
it?
I think it's funny because you know what's
Really?
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes nothing happens.
Even in the
Yeah,
books,
but there's
like,
only, like-
the angst is
yeah,
great.
even in some books, like now, like the dialogue for the characters, like, oh, you know, like that one bed, like
Yep.
in trope, and then they have that's a subject they
Yeah.
talk about, and it
Yeah.
happens, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
And it happened.
and it happens.
there's
yeah.
there's only like a couple outcomes that can come from that.
Yeah,
trope. Like
for
you're not
sure.
gonna be like
or
whipped
like the
away,
sick
oh my
bed
God.
ones, like when like one of them have to like take care of the other because the other one's sick. I love those as well. Those are good.
So
It's funny.
Cynthia just likes the drama.
I love the drama. I love the drama. Give me all the drama, but not like the cringy drama. Like I don't know. I'm gonna try to do better because y'all have been doing really really well. Like with your reading and like your bookstagrams and all that. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could be like them.
Shout out to our bookstagrams.
yeah. Shout
I
out
love
to your
Mel's
bookstagrams.
books.
Oh my
No,
God,
both
stop.
of-
No.
both
Bookstagrams
of y'all's are
dead,
really
dude.
good.
No, but your TikToks, they pop
Oh.
off.
TikTok there's like not a lot of TikTok sounds for books, and I'm
There
just like
aren't.
trying to
There
think
aren't,
of
no.
what to do.
That's
So I'm
why
like, I have to get in front
And
of the
BookTok
camera.
got so popular,
It
like
did.
out of just nowhere.
I decided that's not for me. That is not the
Really?
community I want to
She's
be a part of.
definitely- Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no.
Why
know.
not?
I really wish
It's
I was
really
part
hard.
more Instagram.
To get into that community?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to like actually like get your content out there. It's
Oh, okay.
so
It's
saturated.
Mhm.
You have to
Mm.
have like the right time of day, the right amount of posts. It like that's not what I
The
want. I just want to
hashtags
tell
and
y'all
all
what
that
book I
stuff,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I want to recommend a good book, and I
I
want to
want-
hear recommendations.
Yeah, just
I
want
do
to see.
love to hear a good recommendation though, even if it's like books that I'm just like, I'm not really. I enjoy hearing about it. I watch YouTube videos and TikToks about book recommendations.
I think
I
what
like hearing y'all's recommendations.
yeah, I think what I like the most is like the Instagram recommendations because TikTok they
Mhm.
have to be like short. They have to like catch people's attention,
Yep.
so they're very like clickbaity.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's
on
true.
Instagram, you're just scrolling through, you see a cute picture, you're like, oh, what book is that? Who wrote it?
Mhm.
What is it about? And then it's more like, I don't know, it's more chill vibes.
Yeah, I
It's
do like Instagram a lot more. I wish mine
it's like
was
a small
little
town.
more like popped off, like Mel's. Not really,
But you're doing really well.
but mine's. I
think.
do it every so often because sometimes I don't.
I
have
think you
time
go
to
through
post.
like, yeah, you go through like phases.
I don't have time to post. I don't have. My house has bad lighting, and I don't have.
You
I don't
come
know.
up with some really good, like some good pictures though.
Yeah, you do
I
have
take
like
it all in my backyard.
that. Well, you
Which
have
is great
You have
lighting.
good plants.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
have good plants in
Like
my
that one you
backyard.
posted this week. Was it the
No, yeah, the
Christina
Christina
Lauren?
Lauren,
But with the
one.
leaves.
that literally
And
looked
I
like
I
it could have
literally
been an
told you.
ad.
I said that's gorgeous.
I
Like
think
that
It
was
could have
so
been an
cute.
ad for it.
That was really pretty. I
Yeah.
loved. You know which one I
10
loved?
likes. Just kidding. I did like it though.
The one I really liked was when the eclipse happened, and you
Yes.
did your book one. That was
With
Genius.
Supermassive Black Hole.
Yes,
playing.
with the best,
That
one of
was
the
so
best songs
cute.
ever.
I'm just saying.
That was great. That was great.
I think they're pretty, like, you may not pump out the content all the time, but like the content you do pump out is
It's
like
great, yeah.
it's underrated. Like, I'm like, y'all need to
Like
go follow
her-
my best friend
like
right
her
now.
7-year slip one.
She made
Are
a
you
whole
kidding
pie.
me?
Yeah, I did the whole editing. I drew it and everything.
That
She
was
made
great.
a whole
Thank you.
pie.
Oh,
I
go
did.
follow
Spent
both
8
of them, please. Follow both
What's
of
your
them if
what's
you
your
haven't.
at?
At Sareed Reads.
So read reads, and I'm at _ when one book closes.
Yes, very cute.
Very
Very
good.
cute.
Yeah, right.
So that we should encourage Cynthia to,
Oh,
to start one.
I think you would do
No.
good. Girl, I feel like your house, like, here's the thing. Mel has great lighting and, like, good props. I have, like, decent lighting. Your house has great props and
Yeah,
great
you
lighting.
have all the props.
You have props on.
What
Girl.
props do I have?
Girl, your decorations,
You have all
your room is probably great.
Decorations for every season. So
Yes,
like
like-
my house is a season house. Like, me and my mom pop off every season. Like, oh,
You
it's
do.
summer. Oh,
yeah. So
oh, it's spring. Oh, it's fall. Are you kidding me? Fall's my favorite.
yeah,
I love
exactly.
fall.
Imagine all the fall pictures she could have with like all these cute books. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If
Just
if
think
Cynthia,
about it.
If you think Cynthia should start one,
start my
please let us know.
Bookstagram.
Yeah.
Please let us know.
Me and
She
Sarita
will.
will follow you.
Please
for
say
sure.
We
no.
will. At least you have us too.
She said, please say no.
I'll have 2 followers. For sure, I'll have 2 followers.
No,
Y'all, but y'all's dedication is just, it's claps because I couldn't. I don't think
It's
I
a form
could.
of escapism.
That's good.
It
But,
is.
but I think that's the thing. Like, I think when you like really enjoy it and you want to show people what you're what you're into right now, I think that's great. I like watching those things. I love watching your posts. I love watching other people's posts. So for me, I'm a, what is that, like, maybe like a consumer? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more of a consumer.
All right.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe one day.
She'll
We'll
make a
see.
little bookstagram.
Maybe one day. I don't know.
I love that for you. I would love that for you. Like, I feel like your pictures would be
Oh, thanks.
aesthetic. You would be out
You
here
already
popping
take great
off.
nail videos.
Oh,
So you know you'll take good
Shout
book
out,
videos.
shout out to Done by Rosie.
Shout out
great.
to
She's great.
if she sees a video. Thank you so much.
They're the reason all Sareed's pictures have cute
The
fingernails.
cute
in them.
fingernails, yeah.
Like,
Thank
mine
you,
are all
Rosie.
crusty.
No, they're not.
That's why my hands are hardly ever in the pictures. I'm like,
LOL.
no, I can't do
But
it.
your job won't let you like do like.
I just can't
Silky
type. I don't know how
nails.
to
Okay,
type
yeah.
with long nails.
Yeah.
And so,
I've had to learn. I'm like,
Yeah,
¿cómo se
we've
dice?
learned.
Desmuerta que sencilla.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd
Mhm.
probably
That's
just
me.
have them on my thumbs because I need the other 4
Oh, yeah.
fingers.
Just do like the peel off. Just do the peel off. Like, she's gonna be one of those, like,
typing. Have you guys
They
seen
do
that?
constantly ask me like, how do you type? And I'm like,
It's not
you know,
hard.
That Peter Griffin.
a
meme?
lot of backspace.
Oh, 100%. A lot of
But,
backspace.
you know.
My nails are like super short compared to Cynthia's and
Yeah.
Sareed's, and even this length,
It's hard.
the amount of times I have to backspace on things because I click the wrong letters.
Really?
I suck.
Wow.
Yeah,
It does
I
take
don't know.
practice though, because now I type like with my
Sometimes.
Yeah.
tasks.
For
and
sure.
I
When
and I do
have to
type
like
like
calculate and stuff, like I'd be like, I have to be like,
ASMR. I
Yeah,
could just
yeah.
imagine y'all typing away
love-
ASMR.
I
Like
love a
this.
good.
this. I know.
All right. So, that being said, do you guys have your 3 favorite books ready?
Do I? Do
Yeah.
we ever?
Was that hard?
That was hard.
I had a hard
I
time.
had to go through my Goodreads and I was like, okay, what is like my favorite like top 3? And that is really hard because there's just so many. There were so many good ones that when I remember starting to read, I was like, oh my god, I love this book. I could read this book again and again.
Oh,
So
I had
it
a
was
hard time. I had a really hard time. I went
Yeah.
through my Goodreads. I went through my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I went through my Goodreads. I went through my shelf. And I was like, I don't know how to narrow this down.
So we have like top 3s and like a top 3 and then like 20 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
A whole shelf.
Yeah, honestly,
Your whole
if we
shelf,
could just do
right.
a tour of our shelves, I think that would be our honorable mentions.
For sure.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Except for that Tessa Bailey book. Sorry,
That you
Tessa.
still need to get rid of.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, book and then like the Crawdads one for me. I as much as I like the ending,
That
wasn't
one was
my
hard to get
favorite
into.
one. It wasn't
Yeah, it
my
was.
favorite one.
It's really hard to get into.
I think
thought it
the
was
ending
good,
was pretty
The
good.
movie was good.
Yeah, the movie was actually
the
pretty
movie was good because we didn't have to decipher what they were trying to say.
Yeah,
That's
for sure. Absolutely.
All right, so I'll start with mine. Do we want to do like one?
Yeah, we can do
One?
one and one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I had to, I can't put these in order because I really love all 3. So I'll start with just in no particular order. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren.
Do we all have that one?
I have that one.
Okay.
Wow.
You guys know, but like when we read that book, that was one of our book club books that we read. And
Oh my
when we read
gosh,
that
dude.
book, it was just
Or I think in my book I marked where like I dropped a teardrop and I
you
just like circled
you
it.
told us that.
I said, "Wow," crying, sobbing, screaming,
Yeah.
throwing up.
That book was just so good. Like it was just.
I
oh my
want to
God.
read.
It was
I haven't
written-
reread it.
It was just written so well. I just remember like it was just like it read so like.
Their
Very
writing is so
nice.
seamless. I don't know
Yeah.
who
I think
their
at that
editor
point I
is.
didn't even know.
I didn't know
they
it was
They were a
two
duo.
people.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I didn't know at that
I
point. I
didn't
knew
either.
afterwards. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's literally two people.
Two
You couldn't.
people.
I could have
It's
never like told.
seamless. Oh,
Did you say who it was by? Yeah.
Christina Lauren.
Christina.
Yeah,
It
I
was
did.
Christina
And Lauren.
and Lauren.
Girl,
and
that's
Lauren.
that's the first like author that like my post was for that one for Love and Other Words, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I even
She
got.
liked it.
she did.
Oh, they
oh yeah,
liked
they
it?
did.
They
They
did.
liked
They
it?
liked it. I think they commented too.
Ah.
And from there, I was like,
A famous girly.
I think I told you like that would be like a dream, like to go to a book signing for one of
Okay,
them.
for them.
I would.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah.
and I think we're supposed to have the original cover, no?
Yeah, I have the original.
We have the original
and then I
covers.
bought the new one because
You
it was
did.
so cute.
It was very
I wanna
cute.
It's
get it,
pink,
but-
so
Yeah.
I was
could
gonna get it,
not.
but then I got my book back. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No
I'll
shade.
come for
But yeah, that
minute.
book was
Shade.
just it was great. It made us cry. It made us just swoon. I swooned. I loved the love story in it. I thought it
And
was so
see,
cute.
It was a second chance.
It was
Friends
a second
to
chance.
lovers.
Friends to lovers. Yeah, I will. That's what I'm saying. That one, I do love.
And
Love
I
that one.
really enjoyed reading it like with you guys in the book club. I think it gave us the whole experience, and I think
I
the
don't know if we read it at the same time or we read
no,
the same
I
part.
think you guys read it. You guys finished it before I did.
I think
Yeah.
And so when I was reading it, I was like, guys,
yeah,
what's going on?
just
That's
sending
true.
me pictures of us stopping.
Oh my god.
Ugly crying.
I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
one,
I'm not even. Don't even come to me. Yeah, Love and Other
Yeah.
Words was one of mine. So
Yeah, me too. Same.
Well, then,
well, there goes one
There
of them.
goes one.
There goes
there goes
that.
one.
We
I
have
knew.
more honorable mentions. I swear.
This is why we had a book club, because a lot of like, especially when we
Yeah.
first started reading, like our expectations weren't that high then. I feel like.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Also, as a disclaimer, I just want to say, like, if any of these authors are problematic to you, you don't like them, reading is
Sorry.
subjective. We're not.
Sorry.
It doesn't mean we support
Yeah.
everything they support. It just means we enjoy their writing, we enjoy their books,
Mhm.
even if it's just like a fluffy romance with a bunch of smut.
Mhm.
That's
it's
cool.
it's writing, cool.
Mhm, that's
Like
cool.
somebody straight up imagined that in their head and put it into words so that we could imagine it in our heads. So it's all subjective. If
Yep.
If you don't like it,
the favorite
fine
book
if
you
you don't
have
like
is not our favorite book, that's just that.
Exactly. It's fine.
Mhm. Exactly.
All right.
That's a good one.
A second one, which is probably Sarita's probably going to agree, but I put, okay, my second one is 2 and 1 because I couldn't decide. Both of these are
you
like,
know.
oh, they're my this year's top 5.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I know.
5
I know which
stars.
one you're talking
Yeah.
about.
yeah, I haven't shut up about them since I read them.
hasn't.
So, it's the Dead Romantics and The 7-Year Slip by Ashley. Is it Poston?
Poston.
I don't know. It's spelled like
It's
Boston.
like post.
But
On.
also
Oh yeah,
like
like
Post.
Post on.
Ashley. My
Poston.
girl Ashley.
Miss Ashley P.
Miss Ashley,
Ashley
P.
We're gonna go see her.
Oh my
next month.
God.
Is
Isn't
it
that
next month?
crazy?
No, in
right?
July.
Is it July?
Her book comes out
Oh yeah,
next
book's
month, right?
next month
And
in
then we
July.
get
We're gonna go
signing.
see
Oh,
her.
I'm so
It's
excited.
crazy because I still haven't read it. Because I think I told y'all I really like. I'm trying to like. I'm so excited for it, and I hope it's.
You're trying to.
I
I really hope you
know.
do like it.
I
'cause it
do
was
too,
so
and
good.
I've heard a lot of good things about this one. Like I've heard a lot of the 7-Year Slip specifically, and I'm excited to read it. I just haven't. I wanted to like be in the moment,
Savor
reading
it, like,
savor it. Yeah,
Man,
for sure.
oh my gosh, like I am such a girl that like picks books based on the covers. So I had this book for a while and I didn't want to read it because the
Cover's not all
cover
that.
I was like, oh, I really don't get it. Like what why is this on the cover? But I picked it up on a whim and I was like, okay, let me start reading it. And literally from like the first 10 pages I was like, all right, this is gonna be it.
This is gonna be
this
it.
is the
This
one.
book.
And then the more I read, I think even on my Bookstagram page, I recorded me reading like it might have been like the last 60 pages. So really it was like an hour of me reading, but I
But it
like,
was you sped.
yeah, I
through
sped
it.
through it and you couldn't tell, but I was like crying the whole end of the
Aw,
book.
It was so good, dude.
Yeah.
Did you cry?
I teared up a little. I didn't cry.
Okay.
No, I definitely cried.
Yeah, I teared up.
I don't know what it was. And honestly, if you ask me now what part was my favorite, like, I
can't remember.
I just know I
Yeah.
love the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the romance was their interactions were just
So
was
good.
so good, so good.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
I hope
I
so.
hope you like it.
I
That's
hope
my
so
thing. I
too.
hope you like
I
it.
hope you don't. I think a lot of people are turned off by it because of like the magical realism in it.
I heard about that.
But it's very.
It wouldn't bother me.
The writing is so
It's
like
good.
lyrical, like so pretty. It's like a poem. It's like reading a really long poem.
No, yeah,
Nice.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay.
And then
beautiful.
I think it also is like, yes, it's romance, but romance is kind of like the subplot, but it's also got like other like other plots to it. It's got other conflicts
Right.
that are relatable. And then obviously The Dead Romantics, another great one. I think that's actually the first one
I
of
think that's the
like
first
between
one,
the
right?
two, because she does have older work that I just haven't read, but I think The Dead Romantics came before The 7-Year Slip. Also had me crying. That one is a little bit more heavy on like the grief topics, so that's kind of like a trigger warning that I would give out if anybody's gonna read it. But again, her writing is lyrical. I don't know how she does it. Like, I really want to just jump in her head and be like, hello, what's going on in here? Yeah. And a lot of, I don't know if both of her books have it, but I know Dead Romantics has like with those reader guides at the end.
They do.
And it basically just says like why she wrote it and like what was going through her head. And oh my God, I love reading those when people write them.
When people say like, okay, this is what I was thinking about.
Yeah, this is where I was in life.
like that too,
I like that. What's your second?
My second, it's a little controversial now, I guess, because you know, people like to hate on Miss Coho.
Yeah.
But for me, Ugly Love was just one of my absolute favorite. Like, I don't know why I like that book so much. I remember, I think I've told you all this story. When I was reading it, I was reading it mostly at work because I just couldn't put it down. And I remember I had to go after work to do something, and I literally was in the parking lot still reading my book, could not put it down. Like, I could not put it down. I love Ugly Love by Coho. I think on a reread, because a lot of people have like said it's problematic.
It's toxic.
It's a little toxic. Maybe that's why I like
Cynthia likes
It's
the toxic
girl.
love.
I love it. I love a toxic.
She loves the forbidden.
relationship. And obviously, like, this is fictional, so it's like not that I would want that in like real life, but I like reading about it.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that story. It's one of those stories I just couldn't put down. I think I read It Ends With Us first. I think that was like my first Coho, and then I read Ugly Love. And I remember really, really liking Ugly Love. Like, it's one of my favorites. She has a lot of good ones.
I mean, she did have a lot of good ones. She got a lot of haters now, though.
She does, which I personally don't. I don't know. I guess I haven't. Maybe I haven't wanted to learn.
I don't think. Yeah, I haven't really followed her as a person. Like, I just follow her work. But even like her, not Ugly Love and It Ends With Us, but like the Slammed series and the Hopeless series, those were pretty good too.
Those were great.
I like them. And I think she talks a lot about like triggering topics. I think that's why people think they're so toxic.
Oh, because they're saying like she's like like she likes to talk about like
domestic violence,
things like that, like triggering love. I don't know if
but there's so many like authors that do that. Like all the dark romances, they're literally like mafia, like scary stuff.
And again, like, I mean, you like what you like, you know, but people like to hate on her, but then they want the mafia ones where like the partner, or like the ones where like the partner is like a serial killer or something like that, and
a stalker.
I got some kinks.
I do like
don't
a
like
good
Coho,
romance,
which
though.
you know, I like a good Coho. Another one that I would love to one day see at a book like signing.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Miss Coho.
Yeah.
And okay, so mine, I think Cynthia has it. I don't know if Mel has it. I don't think she has it.
Oh, no, I don't.
Obviously, A Court of Mist and Fury.
Girl, you know that's my number
by
one.
Miss Sarah J. Maas.
Miss Sarah.
Dude.
We have a tattoo.
We
you
do.
And I.
Can't show it on here. I don't think you can see. Oh, yeah. It's on
You
this
can't
side.
see it, yeah. Mine's isn't here.
No, girl.
Love that book. That
I think that's the
series.
first time I ever swooned for a book boyfriend. Like, been like...
A book boyfriend with
Sand.
talons and wings.
With talons and wings.
And a wingspan.
Very good wingspan. And then like the whole, I just think like the characters in there like are written very well, especially in the second one. Like you get a good like feel for all of them. You start falling in love with like the other characters and like
I remember you remember I told you like when I first read ACOTAR, I was mad that I found out that the main guy in the first book wasn't like her person. And I didn't mean to find out. I wanted to see in my head. I had a picture of what they look like, but I wanted to know what they look like. And I looked at the fan art, and everything was with Rhysand. And I was like, what? I was so mad. I was like, I'm not reading this again. I'm not gonna read this book.
that girl that got the talon tattoo. Oh.
And now I know. And now and right, exactly.
Gotta cross it out.
And she has to cross it out now. Right, exactly. But yeah, that was
a good
one.
I don't know. That book forever. If I like, that's one of the only books or few books that I'd be like, I wish I could just like lose my memory and then just reread that one. I'd be so fine with it.
That whole series.
I do a reread of it like twice a year.
That's
At
crazy.
I've
I
read
don't
it
think I
twice
could.
as well. Yeah.
I started reading it again, and then I got about halfway through, and I was like, "Oh, I've read this."
I don't know. It's
No,
one of my. I love
No, I
reading
like
because
it.
it brings me
Again.
back to.
I reread
What
it,
I'm
and I
saying.
got even more mad at Timlin. Like
Really?
literally, if I
Yes.
pull out, like I
Little
started
bitch.
annotating it. I got through probably like 20 chapters, and I was annotating it, and literally everything was like, "Oh my god, shut up, Tamlin! Oh my god, I'm tired of Tamlin.
And you know,
Tamlin, go
Sarah's
away."
another like controversial
Yeah,
like,
she is.
author, which I'm like,
I'm
how?
so sorry.
I love her writing.
Yeah,
Or at least like
Yeah.
I've only read the ACOTAR series, but like I heard really good things about the Throne of Glass series.
her writing is. I don't know how she leaves you all these like loose ends, and then somehow it like pops
Ties
up again
together.
like 2 books later, and it all ties together so beautifully in the end. I don't know
Yeah.
how she does it.
I
Like
don't either. And then
she-
her quotes, her quotes that she
course.
came up with is
Yeah.
just the ones that we have tattooed on us.
Yep.
Like, come on now.
Literal tattoo.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, I have 2
That's a good one.
SJM
You
tattoos.
do?
you do.
I forgot I have a Throne of Glass one.
We need to
Yeah.
get you an SJM tattoo.
I do. I'm gonna get to whatever I'm tattooed at
Okay,
some
yeah.
point. I don't know when, but I really do want that one.
Mhm.
And You Do Not Yield is also a good one.
That's
Mhm.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
we
that
should
one.
just go get tattoos.
That's
All
why I
right,
send you all
cut
the
the
flash
cameras.
sheets. When people, that's what I do. It's like when they do the flash sheets.
Uh huh. And that's when you that's when
that's
you've
when-
gotten your other tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
So-
much as I like the Flash ones, I'm such a like.
You
I
would
like
regret
this,
it?
but I would do it differently.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
like
like
I
it's-
like your
it's cheap.
idea, but I could do it
It is
differently.
cheap.
Cheaper.
Yeah, I mean it's worth it. Like if you like it and it's cheaper, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should totally go get tatted and pierced.
We don't have a book tattoo like you would think that we would have like a book
Like a
Like
literal
a
book.
book.
like a
Like-
physical book. If you've seen those are
Yeah,
they're really
like the book
cute.
stacks.
Like the book stacks
Yeah.
with the
Should do
flowers.
one with- should do a 3 book stack
Yes, you
with
should.
the little flower.
Yes. Why
3
haven't we done
flowers or
that yet,
something.
guys?
I don't know.
Money?
We need to.
Oh yeah.
Before.
If you guys could start watching our YouTube channel, we
Please.
might have enough
We might
money
have
by the
enough
end of the
money to
year.
get some
We'll film
tattoos.
the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll film
it
the
for y'all.
process.
Yeah.
Do a vlog.
Yeah, we need to get one. But yeah.
You guys took all of mine. I have
Really?
nothing else to give y'all.
That's
because
it?
Those were my top 3.
Really?
Well, no, I have
I have
honorable
one
mentions.
more. Like
I have honorable
top
mentions,
3.
but those were my top 3.
I have one more top 3.
Okay.
Kingdom of Ash. You guys haven't read the Throne of Glass series, but
I'm
she's,
reading it.
Well, she's in the process. She's
been in the process.
she's
for
hit a
years,
little
guys.
slump.
It's a
no,
lot.
it's only been a
It's
few
a lot.
months.
Yeah, it's only been a
Okay,
few months.
okay.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
books.
Yeah,
though.
no,
It's
it's
a lot.
8. I haven't
books.
even started. Like, I'm scared to start. Like, that's how much.
It's
a
8
lot.
books, and the like after the 3rd book, all the books are over 600 pages.
Thickums.
Yeah, they're thick.
Yeah.
You really sped through them too.
You think so?
I feel like you did.
It took me like a good 6 months.
Did it?
Yeah.
I swear you were done quick.
I don't know. I can't remember when I
Because I
started
thought
it.
like you only were reading that for a while.
Yeah, it was for a while while I was
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah.
But Kingdom of Ash, like I said, the way she ties all the endings, there was literally probably about 9 POVs in this book. Like,
And I don't know if my attention span can.
I didn't think I could do it.
You,
She in the first 2 books, she introduces like the first 3 or 4 POVs,
Mhm.
and then in the 4th book, she starts adding like 2 or 3 more,
Yeah.
and then you hit the next book,
There's
and she
hella POVs.
I think I was like 6 books in, and she was still adding new characters.
Wow.
And by Kingdom of Ash, we had a cast. We had a cast,
the
like
whole ensemble.
Oh,
a whole
ensemble.
ensemble of characters, and I literally like had my top and like some that I was rooting for, and some I
So
was
there's
like,
not like a specific like couple or there's
Yeah.
many couples.
No, there's
There's
a-
many
a main-
couples,
yeah, there's
but
many,
there's
I
a
think there's a
main.
main.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a main.
yeah,
Okay.
because the main girl in Throne of Glass is who really the story follows through.
Oh, okay.
But the side characters, you get their POVs, which is really cool. I just
you like that
at the time I
Okay.
was like, what the hell? Because
But if
It's
it's,
a lot.
interesting, then that's
Yeah.
worth it. Or
Yeah.
it'll help the story.
the
and,
it really helped the story, honestly,
Yeah.
because they were all really strong characters.
Okay.
And when I read the end, it was like finishing a novela. I was like, oh my god, it's over.
I say
Yeah.
I say I'm scared to start Throne of Glass, but I've watched Rebelde like,
72 times.
and that's like 300 something episodes I think or something.
my
Oh my god,
gosh.
that is Throne of Glass.
Might as well.
Yeah,
That's my Throne of
Yeah.
Glass.
but that was my other one.
Yeah, that's y'all took all
I
of
know
my
I have
favorites.
one of their top one. It's Archer's Voice, and y'all know I talk about that
Oh, yeah,
one.
you do.
She
I-
gave me my little special edition cover.
Mhm.
It's just, have you read it?
No, I haven't. I
You
haven't.
haven't?
I've
though.
read it.
You
Yeah,
read it?
I read it before you, I think.
Did you?
I did because I think you liked it more than I did.
I did. It made me
Yeah.
cry. That one actually made me.
It was
made
a good.
boohoo
It was
cry.
a good story. It was a good story.
I don't know. It's a romance. Yeah, it's a romantic book. I don't think it's like found family or anything. I can't even remember the tropes in it. But it's just so sad because
It was very sad,
It's so sad.
though.
His storyline.
His story is sad.
He's mute
Yeah.
for not because he was born mute, but because something happened. And
trauma.
he's mute,
Mm-hmm.
and then she loves sign language, and she talks
Yeah.
to him, and he's like nobody wants to talk to him
Nobody wants to
because
talk to him. Yeah.
they think he's
He's
like this
misunderstood.
weird.
I'm scared to read this book because I feel like I'm gonna boohoo cry.
Maybe
It was sad. Yeah, there was parts that were
the
really
ending threw me
sad.
for a loop. I was like, and then
Yeah. But it was. I remember I liked it. I think you liked it more than I did. But I
I did.
remember I did like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was
We can
like
get you to read it.
like other books like with the
It
similar
was just like
characters. No?
the brother. I think.
I
He
think
had
that she
a-
does have like more books on the
In
Hill
that series?
brothers. Not in that but brother wise. Yeah, she
Oh,
has more.
okay.
I didn't know that.
I know they have his brother had got
Yeah.
his story and his like redemption kind of.
Yeah. So I
Mhm.
haven't. I think I have his.
I've read.
I
that
just
one.
haven't read it. But Archer's Voice.
I need to read it.
Yeah,
on my
read it and
top.
let us know.
It's on my list for this year. I promise.
Yeah.
It's hard to read like your top because I can't read Kingdom of Ash just out of nowhere.
Yeah, you couldn't. You'd be like, "¿Qué está pasando?"
What's happening?
Mr. Krabs, like the.
But I think we've all read our top. All of us have read our top threes for the most part.
Yeah, for
and
the
then
most
I
part.
will read the 7 Year Slip. That one I will read for sure.
I'm scared. I'm scared for you to read it because if you hate it, I don't think we could be friends.
Imagine if I hate it. I won't tell
We're
y'all.
kind of like
Te me vas de mi casa.
I won't tell y'all if I hate it because imagine.
already with the
I
thousand
think
boy
I would.
I
kisses.
think I will. It's because I don't know. It's because it's a YA book.
Maybe.
I don't know. This one isn't YA. The 7 Year Slip.
No.
No, yeah.
No. I didn't even for a YA though. I thought it was like pretty
I
solid.
thought it was good.
Maybe I'm a child.
Maybe I have trauma and I just
Yeah.
that got
I
me.
wasn't getting into the story or the characters, but like I said, I
Her
haven't
grandma
finished
gave
it.
her a whole jar.
I know.
Miss Momo?
Miss
And then
Momo and Mr. Pawpaw.
What?
Was it then like one of them named Pawpaw? Did you call him
Oh, it
Pawpaw?
might, I, don't
think
know,
so.
don't
Pop
remember.
Pop or
It might have
something.
been.
Yeah.
He didn't
Well,
pop
they
up
were
that
southern.
much.
I think
so.
there was like
Yeah.
2 mamas, and I didn't understand.
No, there's only one mom.
Another one, Mama.
So how did she call her mom?
Mom.
No, she called her like Mama.
Mama.
Hey, Mama.
I
But
don't know.
Mama.
That was not relevant to the story.
It was throwing me
That
off.
was,
Yeah, it's a
that was not a
storyline.
plot
It was
movement.
throwing me off in the story.
It's okay.
You were focusing on the
Subjective.
wrong things.
Subjective. Yeah.
Anyway,
do our
please don't tell me
honorables.
if you don't like the 7 Year Slip.
I won't tell you.
If anyone doesn't like the 7 Year Slip,
Just don't tell
Mm,
you.
don't tell
Yeah.
people.
I've
No.
already read the 1-star reviews and I'm like,
Oh.
you didn't even try. You're 60.
I like reading the 1-star reviews when I don't like them. I'm like, okay, yeah, valid.
Yeah, only
But
when I don't.
only
like
when
them.
I don't like them, because if I like a book and I say a 1-star, I'm not reading those.
Yeah, a lot of people were
Yeah.
like saying that it was super cringe writing because it sounded like a millennial wrote it, and I was like, yeah, that's who the target audience is for,
Right.
ma'am. Anyway, anyway,
But if you don't like it, don't let us know.
Number one
'cause I love
defender.
it.
I will defend it till I die,
Yeah.
to the grave, unless Ashley does some sketch, and then
I hope
I might still defend it.
I hope
I
not.
might just still
Even
defend
then,
that
even
one
then.
book. But all right, so we have top 3, but we have a lot of honorable mentions.
We have a lot.
Oh, just me? Okay. It's only like 7.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah.
only have a few.
Okay.
I tried to bring it down
I
to
have
a few.
Oh,
Six.
see, you have a lot too.
Yeah, I do.
I only wrote down 2 just because I was like,
Okay.
how many people? No, I mean, I have hella. I just didn't.
We didn't
Maybe
Talk
maybe
about
some
it.
of ours like
connect.
Should we
I don't
just say it?
think so.
Just say like the whole list, so we because
Yeah,
we'll go
we can.
on and on. Do you
Yeah,
want
we
me?
can.
yeah. Go ahead, start.
I'm gonna do the ones on top of my head too. Okay.
I have more guys.
7 Year Slip was one of mine, like
Okay,
honorable mention.
honorable mention.
It's very, very good, but I've had like these in my like forever, like the
Yeah.
other 3 I loved. 7 Year Slip, Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez.
That was a good one.
Very, very
Still
good.
need to read it.
Shout out to Birthday Girl and Credence. I know Credence
You
is
hated those.
controversial
Very
because
controversial.
it is controversial.
It is.
Penelope Douglas, like, are you okay?
I think, don't they use they pronouns?
They do, yeah, they.
Are you guys okay?
Are you okay?
Are y'all okay?
I don't know.
I
She
really
might
enjoyed
not.
Birthday Girl.
I did too.
I-
I thought that was one of like.
I think that's
My
what segued
faves.
me into like dark romances.
Yeah.
Because
She
from
does
there,
a lot of
I'm
dark
like,
romance.
You know what my issue was with Birthday Girl?
What?
Why did it take 300 pages for them to
It's
have an
Angst.
interaction?
Oh,
angst.
No, at that point, I was dry like the Sahara. There was nothing like
Really?
exciting me
And I
about
thought
it.
it was like, oh, this is getting.
thought it was
good.
angsty.
Oh, me too. I did too.
see,
I don't.
Subjective.
All right, I'll let you have it. I'm glad
Subjective.
y'all loved it.
and then just the Twilight books
Yeah.
because
I was waiting
those
for
were
you to
also
mention
those were like I
those.
think before anything I started reading like I was obsessed was the Twilight books.
Team Jacob. I don't care.
Really.
I don't care.
Okay, another controversial moment over here.
I'm Team Edward.
Team
I
Edward.
will I
Same.
die.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl.
The one that fell in love with the baby?
He didn't have a choice.
Mm,
He
Esme?
imprinted. Yeah.
that was.
He didn't have a
weird.
choice. That was
That was
like-
I never read the books. I only saw the movies, but that
Really?
was just no.
I did
Oh,
both,
man.
and the movies were.
But they're such
You said
like
the
No,
movies
they're
are-
they're iconic
but
now.
they're iconic.
Okay.
They're
I
iconic now.
love
But at the
watching.
time when I was reading the books and watching the movies, I was
Uh-huh.
like,
what is this?
That's
Yeah.
not what I imagined.
I watch Twilight once a week.
You love
Put it in the
Twilight.
background.
You love
Wow.
Twilight.
If it's rainy and it's cloudy, that thing
you
is
hear
coming
the,
on while I'm.
"Ah."
I
While
like
I'm
it in the fall.
yeah. It's the best.
And it's when the
best.
weather's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right now.
We'll have to
Like right
we'll have
now.
to develop this Edward Jacob. I don't know.
This conversation.
Justice for Jacob. Yeah.
I mean, I
I don't
guess.
know, bro. I
Justice
don't
for
know.
Jacob.
I don't know.
No, I think he needed somebody better than Bella. If I'm
That's
being
what I'm
honest.
saying, like-
but
I mean,
But not
Jacob
the
for me.
daughter. I don't know. I get it. He
Messy.
imprinted. He had to. He had no choice. But I didn't like that.
She's gonna grow really fast
Messy.
anyway.
She's gonna be.
She's probably already 37,
that's true.
and he's still like 20.
Do they not age? Do the
I think
werewolves not
werewolves.
age?
They said they didn't. Like they could. Like if there's like no vampires, because then they like age with that. But if there's vampires around, I think they stay
They stay young.
like young, or they like
I
age
wanna.
slowly.
I wanna talk to Miss Stephanie.
Yeah, correct
What
us if we're
happened to
wrong.
Jacob?
Where's Jacob
Is
now?
he 90 and she's like, she's still young? Like,
She's
what are we
347
doing?
years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
That's a
god.
good one.
Shout out to Twilight.
Twilight was a good
Twilight.
one. Yeah. I
That's
didn't even
it, 'cause
think
I
of
have
that one.
more, but no.
What are
Give
you-
us some more.
Yeah.
No,
That's it.
go ahead.
You said you were gonna. No, they're mine.
Those are just ones from the top of my head that I
Okay,
see on
okay,
my
okay.
shelf currently.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go through my whole list, I guess.
Okay.
So it ends with Us. That was my favorite book for the longest time,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I could ever reread it just because it was a hard book.
It was.
But I'm gonna watch the movie for sure,
Oh,
and
100.
And it looks kind of good.
it does look kind of good.
We were really skeptical.
The
about
trailer,
it.
it really came together. I think it's gonna come together, but I'm still keeping my hopes like
Very
Low,
low.
low.
at a 2. That way, if it's a 10, I'll be like, wow, blown away. Court of Mist and Fury was an honorable mention. One True Loves. I don't know if you guys have read a lot of Taylor Jenkins Reid,
No, just the
but other than like, I haven't read her, Evelyn. What is
Hugo,
it?
but
Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah, I haven't read that one. I
Yeah.
haven't read like the ones that are
Daisy
newer.
Jones.
I haven't read those, but that they're like in their own little world.
Mhm.
These other ones she wrote, I guess, a long time ago. I don't know, but One True Loves, and then there was a few others that I liked, but those, I like her writing for some reason, even though she like back and forth.
she back and forth a lot.
Yeah, she does back and forth a lot. Let's see. I got The Love Hypothesis by my girl Allie, and then I have The Silent Patient. Then She Was Gone. And then obviously an OG, Nicholas Sparks. He's the reason I got into romance. Like, I had all his little tiny editions.
Yeah.
Now they're gross. Why are they? Why were they ever that small?
Little pocket size.
Yeah.
So Bend in the Road is Nicholas Sparks, and then Powerless. You guys have heard me rant about how you guys should finish it. And A Thousand Boy Kisses.
Wow, that's your honorable. Okay.
Those are my honorable mentions.
Okay.
A round of applause to them. All right. What you
Okay,
got?
let's see. So my honorable mention is this. I don't know. I guess since they were at the top of my Goodreads, "Reckless" by Elsie Silver. It was in her Chestnut Spring series. I hated the whole series, but this specific book, loved.
Sorry,
I'm a
begs to
fan.
differ.
I'm a fan of the Chestnut Spring
I did
series.
not like the series, but
I
I
haven't.
loved this book. I thought this book
Okay.
was so good. I thought the romance was really good. It wasn't really a story that I had heard. I loved it. Of course, Love on the Brain by Miss Allie Hazelwood. That whole like
The
STEM series,
Women in
Mhm.
STEM.
They're really good.
like The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically. But I think my favorite has been Love on the Brain. I love that one.
Mhm.
Which one is that one?
That's the second
The
one.
second one?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I like that one a lot. Which
like-
she has like her galaxy leggings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I love that one. The Devil series by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I think I've mentioned this series to you
I think
guys.
you recommended it
It's
to me.
on Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her writing. I thought it was so good. My favorite one is the second book. But the whole series, the Devil series, is really, really good. I recommend it a lot. All Your Perfects by Coho. That one gutted me. That one
Did it
was-
really?
Yes. It made me like so sad. Like I was
Mm.
so mad, but then I was like, I love the story and the relationship. But I like that one a lot. I remember reading it and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this story. The Bride Test by Helen Huang. Love that one. That one's really, really good. And I wanted to mention the After series, like I said, from Anna Todd, even though it was really toxic. I loved reading that whole series. Like it really got me into reading like again. So those are my honorables.
Those are honorable.
good.
Those are pretty good.
I really did like the After series, but I liked
I'm so sad that they
the
messed up
OG
the
ones.
movie, but
Yeah.
you know, what can
the
you do?
movies were
Movies are
garbage.
trash.
The
They
first
were so
one,
bad.
the first one was bad. And it was the
Actually-
best one.
It was
Oh.
funny that we ended up liking the first one
The most.
because the rest of them are so
I remember when
bad.
we saw it and we're like, this kind of
This isn't great,
great.
but okay. But then the
The
last
best
ones
one.
were horrible. Like it wasn't even
Aw.
like Twilight. Like you know like some of the Twilights aren't the best, but like I will rewatch Twilight. I can't rewatch After. Like it's so bad.
it's cringe. I think it was the
cringy.
male lead. It wasn't.
He
'Cause
was
the girl-
best. She did good.
She did great.
She
I
did
think she
really
was a
good.
really good casting for who the character was.
And I think they changed a
Um,
lot, like, as far as, like, obviously I know, like, the books to movie adaptations are never going to be the same.
Mhm.
But, like, when they changed, like the main things, I
Like,
hated
big
that. Like, the
plots.
second movie wanted to be, like, a comedy. And
Oh.
the
Yeah.
book is definitely not.
No, it's not comedic at all.
It's not. And they try to make it very, like, rom-com-y, and it just did not work. I
No.
hated the movies.
Yeah, my least favorite adaptation that I've seen to date is the one for Confess from Coho.
Oh,
Oh, you
Because
can say that.
There's a cat in the story. Why did they have a stuffed animal cat in the movie?
oh no,
They could not pay a cat actor.
They said too much
They
money.
couldn't just find a cat in the street.
Right. said no, it's too much.
It was so cringy because it was
What?
ugly. Like it was like stuffed and it was laying on the couch. Like you know how cats lay.
Yeah.
But it was like you could clearly tell that
It was
was a
not
stuffed
a real cat.
No,
Oh
it
my
was.
god. The budget
Oh
was
my
clearly
gosh.
low.
I mean, it was Amazon, so
Okay. But Amazon
they
At
they
that
stepped
time,
up their
I think.
game. But
This
at
was
that
before.
time,
This
yeah,
was
this
before.
was when
Okay.
this was I guess when the book was a little not as popular.
Okay.
But
A good one though adaptation is The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
That one I'm
because
so glad they
the
changed
books
stuff
were-
out of the books.
Now,
books are
that
very
is
YA.
an adaptation.
The books are very
is a
YA,
great
and they make the
adaptation.
series very good.
Miss Messy Belly. Love
Messy
that.
Belle.
I don't talk about her.
Team,
After
Team Conrad.
Team Conrad.
after reading the third book, Team Conrad. Actually, you know what?
You read it?
Toss both.
Get rid of both of them.
Get rid of Belly.
Get
Belly
rid
is
of
the
Honestly,
actual
Belly's
problem.
the issue.
She's
controversial.
problematic.
Yeah, she is. But
Problematic.
it's funny how like it became such a phenomenon. Like even like people's
Insane.
parents were watching it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay.
And I sobbed to like multiple episodes.
Oh,
Oh,
On
yeah.
the first season, I think I saw more than the second. But the
Yeah.
first
That last,
season,
like, I
the
think it was
last
episode.
episode, boohoo
Saw it.
crying.
No, but the beginning of the first season was also really
Was
sad.
very sad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it was
That's
that's a good
I'm
adaptation.
so mad that we have to wait so long for
Another
this third.
year.
season. I already
Well,
know
they
what
do
happens.
have to be grown.
I
They do
haven't
have to
read
like
them.
look a little more grown.
Yeah,
for,
they
I
were
guess.
awful.
for
I
their
didn't tell you
series.
guys how awful they were. You read them, right? Yeah, you read them.
I read all of them in
She's
like
read them.
they're
I
like
didn't
3
read
days.
them. Okay.
Yeah, me and my coworker Misty, she really wanted to get into them, so like I was like, okay, I'll read the first one, and then you can borrow it.
Okay.
And so we did, and the first one was like,
Yeah.
And then she kept going, and she went and bought the second and third, and I asked her to borrow them,
Mm-hmm.
and I read the whole second one, and I was like, oh no, I'm already 2 books into the trilogy. I gotta read the
finish.
third. So I read about 50% of the third one, and then I skipped to the end.
You
Oh,
were like, I'm done.
I said, this is awful. I said, Miss Ma'am, who's the intended audience? Because not me.
Well, she also wrote those like in early 2010s,
Yeah,
so they were like early.
Do you guys
Yeah,
remember
those
like
were
the
rough.
50 Shades books?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were also one
I
of those
didn't read 'em,
horrible,
though.
horrible, even books and adaptations. But I read them. I read them all.
when we were in, they came out around the time we were in high school. No.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
so.
think. I think I read them when I was older. I didn't read them. in high
Well,
school.
when we were in high school, there was this teacher that would do these. I guess they were like book trades, or
Mhm.
I don't know what she did, but somehow my friend ended up with like a super smutty like book, and like I think we passed it out around like a bunch of our
Everybody,
friend group.
yeah.
And when everybody was talking about 50 Shades of Grey and like, oh my God, it's so steamy, it's so this and that, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if it's as steamy as that other book. Because that other book was like, okay, in my like 17-year-old brain, that book was like,
A lot of smut.
it was like corn.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm reading like 50 Shades of Grey, and I'm like,
It's not.
it's not doing a whole lot. And then somebody told me there was a weird tampon scene, and I was like, no,
Oh, yeah.
God,
no. And so I never,
yeah. The
no.
books in the
I
movie
couldn't do
were
it.
not good.
But I read them.
I did
And I
watch.
saw the
I did
movies.
watch the first, I think, 2 movies. with
Yeah.
Mel, but
weren't
they
good.
came out like once we were a little older.
Yeah,
like
they
20,
did.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think I could read those. Every time I see them
No,
in the
yeah.
book section, I'm like,
Like, who still reads them?
who's
Somebody
who's
still
buying these?
Someone's still keeping that
Some-
girl in business.
I guess so. There was like a fake ad going around that she was gonna come out with another movie. I was like, there's no way. There's no way somebody said let's make
Somebody
another
said, let's
one.
make another one.
No.
Oof. Yeah,
Uh,
no, probably not.
Anywho.
So, do you guys ever just buy a book just based on the dedications?
I don't ever check the dedication until I have it physically.
I think I was looking
The
through
cover.
mines, and most of the dedications are to like family.
Yeah,
So,
most of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So
But
no.
sometimes, like on Instagram,
I've seen that's like a big trend now.
yeah, I've seen people like post the dedication. I'm like, I'm buying the book. I don't know what the
I
book's
don't know
about.
what the book's about.
I don't
but
even know
like
what
the
book it is.
dedication.
I'll go through like
I do that, but with like covers. Like,
yeah,
if
I buy them
Yeah.
with covers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
covers look nice. I might buy the book.
Yeah, for my Mother's Day present when we were at the beach,
Mhm.
and I went to that little indie bookstore.
Uh-huh.
It's called Bookish Boutique in Panama City Beach. There was this series of books. They were like color coded. It was like the Gummy Orgy series or something is what it's called. But it's basically just like fluffy, like smutty romance.
Okay.
But the premise of it is like each book is a different color and they've got a little
Mhm.
gummy bear on them. And I
Aw.
bought the pink one because it was pink.
Because it was a pink
Yeah.
one, yeah.
First of all, it was pink on the outside and it had a little pink gummy bear on the spine. I was like, oh,
Cute.
sold. And then I opened it. The words were pink. The font is pink. There is pink picture. Like, yeah, like the graphics are
Really?
pink.
I need to see it.
And then there's an
You
orange
haven't showed
one.
us this book.
I will show it to you guys before we leave. And like one of the the dedication in there was like the second or third thing that sold it to me. But literally the cover, the colored font, I said, I'm
Mhm.
taking this. I didn't even check the price. When that lady said, it's going to be $47, I said, see, here you go. But it was 2 books. But that one was like
Okay.
$30.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over here like shocked, and I literally spent $1,000, like a bunch of money.
Not $1,000.
I spent so much money getting
Yeah.
all those page covers for my ACOTAR
Yeah.
books, and
You're
the
right.
page overlays. Yeah,
No, yeah.
I can't even talk.
Let me just read to you what that dedication was because it was on one of my chosen ones. Let me
Okay.
see if I can.
Oh, she has hella.
I have it in
She
tiny
has hella,
print.
yeah, she has quite a few.
Okay, it's
Y'all have quite. I'm the one who did like 3. I'm like, let me be like a little more
I think
modest.
I only have like
Sareed is
have,
the one
like,
that's read the most books out of all of
5.
us, and she's
Honestly, yeah.
gatekeeping. Honestly, she's gatekeeping at this point.
yeah.
I am.
Okay, the dedication for that one is for everyone who's burnt out from heart-wrenching fantasies and dark, emotionally charged novels. Take a breather, because she wrote this
Nice.
Okay. series. She's originally like a fantasy author,
Uh-huh.
and she wrote this series to kind of like give herself a break from it. And I
Nice.
said,
Okay.
yes, this is exactly what I
What are you
need for
needing?
$30.
For $30.
No.
But pink font? Are you kidding me?
The pink font. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think I guess you could see it here. I mean, you can kind of see it here, but it's kind
Oh,
of pink.
yeah.
I'll show you guys the actual book.
I like
but,
that. That's cool.
Like even the dedication
Aw.
is pink.
That's
Yeah.
really cute.
And then this is the cover. It's called Pinky Promise
Oh,
by
it's a cutesy
Rebecca
cover.
Rennick.
Oh, that is a cute.
And look at the little gummy bears.
That is very cute.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's called the Gummy Bear Orgy series. If y'all want to look it up on Amazon, they are still $30 on Amazon.
Oh, that's cute.
It's cute. Anyway, I'll show you. It's that. But that's one of the. I don't know. I think it sold. It was gimmicky.
It was gimmicky.
I think it was
but you
gimmicky.
were like,
They got me. They got me. Do you guys have any dedications? You guys are like, wow, that sold
You
you.
can go first to read.
Me?
Or you want me to go first?
No. I'll go one. Do you do 1 and 1 or all of them at the same time?
We can do one and one.
1 and 1.
1 and 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The one. So I looked it up because
Spicy.
I was like, let me shout this one out. It's from Butcher and Blackbird,
Oh, I did see that one.
and it says,
it.
"For those of you who read the trigger warnings and said accidental cannibalism, count me in. This one's for you."
Love that.
Because
was
if
a good
y'all
one. Love
read that
that.
one, it's very good. It's a very good book. It's very like, obviously, if it says cannibalism, you can already expect kind of what
Yeah.
goes on.
But you said it was a good one, so.
no serial killers killing serial killers.
But it's like a little comedic, isn't it?
it is comedic, and
Mm.
it's all as spicy as I thought it was gonna be.
Mhm.
It's just enough. So it's very good.
It's just enough spice.
Just enough spice for me.
Okay, I think I have one that you probably have.
Mm.
It's The Powerless one.
Oh, me
That's
too.
so disrespectful because you didn't even finish. Y'all didn't even finish the book.
Yeah, true.
But I did love the
I
dedication.
did like the
Dedication's
dedication.
very cute.
Yeah, I do
The
have that one.
dedication says, "For every girl who has ever felt powerless." Love that. Love that for Miss Lauren.
Yeah, Miss Lauren. If you read the book, it really is like cute. It really.
We'll read it eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll
I
finish
got
it.
halfway.
And then she did come out with a novella, and that
She
the
did.
dedication for that one was cute too.
I don't have that one. So.
It's for all the girls who have softer dreams. Your story matters too, or your dreams matter too,
Aw,
something like that. It's
cute.
really cute. I said yes, cause that's it. That's me.
That's for me.
That's me. Let's see. I just read Love Redesigned,
Oh,
and the
it's
dedication for that
love
one, I was like,
too.
okay. First of all, the guy. Oh, anyway.
Isn't that by the girl that does like the Dreamland?
Yeah.
Mhm, the
Series,
Dreamland
yeah.
Billionaires.
Yeah.
Love the
The
Dreamland.
dedication
Billionaires.
is to those whose love language is words of affirmation. Your praise kink is safe with me and Julian Lopez.
Yeah.
And I said, okay.
Is he the main guy?
Yeah, Julian.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Julian.
Was that a good book?
Yeah, it was a good book.
Okay.
Well, okay, maybe it was a good book for me.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Now, every time I recommend something to Cynthia, it's like, well, I liked it.
Well, I liked it. No,
I really liked it. I liked that one. I
But
bought
I
it when it
still-
came out.
Words of affirmation? Is that me?
You
It
do,
is
You
you.
do like words of affirmation, don't you?
Yeah. So, something to let Manol know.
if you're hearing this,
If you're listening now, I have a praise kink.
did you want to go series?
Me? Okay. Another one is From 1,000 Boy Kisses. For believers in
Yeah, I
true,
have that one
epic,
too.
soul-shattering love, this one's for you.
That was very nice.
And I was like,
Count me in. It's me.
I'm the one.
I'm the one. It's me. I am a believer in epic, soul-shattering love.
Oh, yes. Like the kind that, like, you see in the books. I think it's out there
I think it is.
for sure. I'm a hopeless
That's
romantic,
why,
though.
yeah, me too.
Same.
So that's why I love that one. But that's one of mine.
Okay, this one I haven't read this book yet, but it's a book that's it's like on my TBR. The Do Over by Lynn Painter,
Mm-hmm.
and the dedication is for the lonely, the daydreamers, the ones who find their friends between the pages of books. You matter,
Chris.
and your happy ending will come. Sometimes the wait is just longer in real life than in fiction.
Wow.
Aww.
For the hopeless romantics. It's us.
Love
That
that.
is so cute.
And
Wow.
you guys read the movies? Y'all read that one, didn't y'all?
Yeah,
No, I haven't
better
read
than
that
the
one.
mo- I
I don't
read
have
better
it.
than the
Better
movies.
than the movies, yeah.
I
I
don't
thought
have
it was
those.
cute.
Yeah, I've heard good things about
They're
Miss
very
Lynn.
rom-com-y. They're very,
Yeah.
like,
I love a good rom com.
yeah.
But that dedication
they're
was
short.
so cute.
They are
I
short.
love
And
it.
they're fast-paced. I like those. Let's see. What else do I have? Obviously, the It Ends With Us. Like, if you've read the book, the dedication is like, oh my
Mhm.
God, Colleen, let me give you a hug. For my father, who tried his very best not to be his worst. And for my mother, who made sure we never saw him at his worst.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. That's one of mine. I
Coho,
like that
what
one a
in the
lot.
world?
That was a good one.
mine is, this is my last one. Because it's tattooed to the readers who look up at the stars and
Oh.
wish. And that's from Frost and Starlight. I was
Yeah.
like, what Jackatar book is it in? But it's in
Yeah,
Frost
it's
and
in that one.
Starlight.
Yep.
So, I have to shout that one out because it's literally inked on my body. It's literally on my body.
Permanent.
It's permanently
A great book
there.
dedication for
Very
sure.
good.
Okay, I have this one from Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Mm.
I love it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who's ever for anyone who has ever made a bad decision because of a broken heart. So cute.
I need to read
Love
that book
that.
so bad. My last one it's from Crimson Moth. For those who are afraid to be who they are. Or for
Aw.
those afraid to be who they are. I guess I read that all wrong. Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
think
my
I've
last
heard
one.
of that one.
Crimson
that
Moth?
book, yeah.
It's a witchy book.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's when you did the
it's
review,
fantasy. Yeah, I think that was my first review on my.
no? Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You weren't paying attention. It's
I was.
okay. Sarid was. Sarid's my number one fan.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Yes,
I have
I
a
am.
last one. It's
Go.
from Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. This book is dedicated to those who think that Jess was Rory's best boyfriend. The rest of you are wrong. Did you watch Gilmore
Yes.
Girls?
No.
Okay, that was from Gilmore Girls, and
It is.
Jess was the best.
Jess was the
boyfriend.
best
The rest
boyfriend
of you
Rory
were
could
wrong.
have.
The rest of you are wrong.
Rory did him so dirty.
Yeah, she did. She
Damn,
did.
so
She ended up
dirty.
with the wrong guy, but you know what?
I want to write book
fine.
dedications. I don't want to write the book. I just want to write the,
The dedications.
dedications.
Who would you dedicate it to?
Huh?
Who would you dedicate it
A
to?
lot of people.
Would you dedicate it to somebody, or would you do something like that, like a quote?
Yeah, I think I don't think okay. I think some of them would be dedicated to my family, obviously,
Right.
but I think eventually I would just start dedicating to like
to quote
groups of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was like, my family, you'll be in my acknowledgements.
How about y'all?
But my
read the
dedication to
back.
her people.
To me, first dollar.
I'd be like, to Chris Evans, thank you for inspiring me.
Thank you for inspiring this book.
Call me.
Oh my god. To the pizza man who didn't come in when I said come in.
Oh
To
my
the slip and
gosh.
slide who gave me a concussion. You know, things like that.
That was a great time though.
It wasn't for me.
Slip and slide party one day.
No, I'm traumatized.
Why not?
No, I've had no bad
We don't have a
experiences.
good hill
I don't know
anymore.
how to slip
We need
or
a better
slide.
hill.
I'm scared to fall at this age. If I
Oof.
break a bone,
Over.
it's over. It's
Yeah,
over.
that's true.
Although it would give me time to just sit and read.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just
Sometimes
saying.
I think like if I like break a bone or something, I'm like I can catch up on all my reading.
I would have so much time to read. I'd be in pain.
Lord.
But
but I would reading.
Knock on
yeah.
wood.
Yeah, knock
oh
on
my
wood. I
God.
don't want to get hurt.
No, I've never been
Oh,
that hurt. Mm-mm.
No, me neither. But
no.
yeah,
But that would be, I mean,
time
you gotta
to
make
read.
time.
Time to read.
That would be the Lord saying, now's your chance.
Now's your chance.
Yeah.
To finish all these 90-something to be reads that you have.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. Do you know how many books are in your TBR? Like your physical
In
TBR?
my physical TBR, no, it has to be like over 40.
Oh,
Yeah.
I counted mine the other day. Let's take a guess.
Yeah, yours is definitely
Wasn't it like 90?
It's close, yeah.
I definitely don't have, because I donated a lot and I read a lot of my TBR.
I need to do that. I counted 89 books the other day,
Ooh.
and then I bought a book. And I still have pre-orders coming.
You do have hella pre-orders.
Something about like I've told you guys something about buying a book. Love it. I love going to Target. love going to Walmart. I love going to
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes, Mr. Barnes. Love going.
My ideal date, you take me to go get chai latte.
Mhm.
You let me walk around the bookstore for however long I want to walk around
Yes,
the bookstore.
Yes, I don't want to be
You
rushed.
buy me a couple books,
Yes.
and then we can go do whatever you want.
Oh, that we gotta go eat after.
Oh, I mean, if that's what you want.
That's me.
That's what you want,
Cynthia.
though.
That's me.
I just need to try.
I need a
And
chai.
a good book.
I could probably survive off of chai itself.
Yeah, I could.
Caffeine.
Oh,
Yeah, caffeine and milk.
no.
I'd probably be like anxious all day, but
But
Yeah,
it's
I don't
fine.
think we've
It's
ever
fine.
gone to like Barnes and Noble and been like, just however much time. We've always been like, oh, we need to go because we need to go eat.
Yeah.
Or
Or we're always
Yeah.
hungry
we've
when we go to
never-
Barnes.
Yeah, we've never gone and just
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like we always gotta go get some food.
but maybe
Good.
beforehand.
Maybe we should take snacks. Goldfish.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll in my bag.
No, let's go eat.
How about we eat pita and then walk over to the Barnes? It's right there.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
And
That's a
then
good one.
we wouldn't waste any time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But we
Put
need to go to
time
more
books.
indie shops. Those are fun.
And
I
you've
can't
you've
afford them,
gone
but they're
to
fun.
more.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to one.
I'm
I
in my
don't
indie
think.
book era.
Okay, y'all need to take me.
I need to go to my indie bookstore.
Yeah, the one by your house. The one you said
Yeah,
has
the
like
one has the beer,
the beer.
the
I
beer
would
and
go.
wine stuff.
There's a few that I really want to go to. So, I mean,
Road trip.
Yes.
Vamos.
Yes.
yeah, road
I
trip.
really want to go sometime to the Rip Bodice, wherever that's
The,
located.
in New
Isn't
York.
that New York?
It's
I
in New
think.
York.
Did you
Monse
know?
and my cousin
Okay,
went to that
when
one.
I sent you guys the post about Ashley coming to do the book signing, I hadn't seen that she had a Georgia, and I was gonna
You were
text
about
y'all.
to say
Y'all want to
go
go
to
to the
New
Rip
York?
Bodice?
Girl, yes.
And
You
then
know
I
how
thought
many
about
people
it.
would go to that one though? That's a lot.
It's fine.
It's a really cool bookstore.
We gotta go one day.
Yeah. So if you guys have any bookstore recommendations, let us know.
Or
I mean,
book.
yeah.
Or book
recommendations,
actually, if you guys just want to comment because it's looking a little dry, a little bit
Yes,
dry.
please comment.
We just want to know how
something.
we're doing. I mean, it'll be kind of like a conversation. You guys tell us we rock, and then we give you more you're more content that rocks. And if you tell us we could do a little better, then we'll work on it. But we want to know what you guys think.
If we
Yes,
get 5
for sure.
comments, we'll do the Bean Boozle challenge.
Oh,
No,
on
we
our
won't.
YouTube.
No, we won't. Me and Cynthia have done it. Oh my god.
No.
I've done it too, and it sucks.
no, it's horrible.
The dog food one. You might as well give me poop.
Or the puke one.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
How do they make those
not.
flavors?
I don't know.
Who tests them? That's
Somebody.
the thing. Somebody has
Somebody
to
has
test
to
them.
test
That's
them.
disgusting.
They're like, oh, this needs to be more.
More, yeah, more
Jelly Belly,
acidic.
you're doing it wrong. Anyway,
We'll do.
but hey, please just comment.
Please.
We're gonna add polls. We're gonna start adding polls because we want to do a viewer.
We want you guys to tell us what you
next
want to
episode.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So
Because right now it's just stuff that we want to tell you guys, but obviously, you guys might want to hear some other stories.
other
We have a lot of
stories.
stories. We're young, but we have a lot of stories.
Absolutely.
If not, we'll make them up.
Yeah.
we will.
How would you know?
How
You'll
will they
never know. My mom would be like,
Your
That's
You
mom-
not
did
true.
not do that.
You
That's
you
not
definitely
Mentirosa.
did not go to Paris last week.
Because I would not come back.
How do you know? You would be in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'll come visit. I'll come visit
Okay, please.
in Paris.
I
Just
can't.
only
Yeah.
Paris.
No, I'm not.
No, just
I'll
hop around
go
the
to
Europe.
Scotland. I'm gonna go to Scotland.
Yeah, because I've heard Paris isn't all that
It's
great.
a little
No,
dirty.
it's-
Yeah, I've heard it's not great.
Sorry, I don't know if anybody.
Scotland
from
sounds
Paris-
really
It's always
nice.
too many Parisians that are listening.
They're
None
not.
of
listening. They're like,
And
"Por favor,
with
what?"
the one Parisian's gonna listen this time. They were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, they don't like us.
Ma'am.
Those damn
Oh, well.
Americans.
Damn
Oh well,
Americans.
it's okay.
Anywho,
All right. Well, if you stuck around this long, what should they comment? What's our little question of the episode?
Let's see.
What's your favorite book?
Book.
That's what I say. Like, tell us what
If you read,
If you read, do you read?
If you don't read, tell us what you would rather be doing.
yeah.
Convince us to
What
stop
are your
reading.
hobbies?
Yeah. No, but for like, what are your favorite books? Like, what's something that you like to read, even if it's like something that's not romance. Like, we love
Yeah.
to read romance.
Some people like those historicals.
Some people love it,
like the
yeah.
what is that called? Nonfiction.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Good for you,
I
not me.
want to know.
Yeah.
I wanna know.
We'll
All
see.
right. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode. We had a great time. We love talking about books, so we
We
could have
could
done
talk
this
about
for
books
6 more
forever.
hours.
We really
But
could.
we
We'll
know.
stop it here. We know other people don't want to listen to books for 6 hours.
Yeah.
If
I
you
do.
liked it, comment, like it, subscribe. We are on pretty much everything mainstream and social as at Por Favor Somos Tres. If you want our Instagram handles, they're linked in our Instagram, so come find us. We don't do a lot of fun things that we post on Instagram, but every now and again Cynthia will post.
at our concerts. Yeah.
At concerts.
At my concerts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
When was your last post? 2023? 2022?
It
Actually,
was last
same.
year
Mine
for
is
my
December.
birthday.
Oh
October.
yeah,
Hello.
we were there.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
were
you were
there.
there.
That was December 2023. I haven't
Yeah.
posted in a minute.
See, that's
Wow.
not just me.
I keep my folks posted. I'm like, hey,
You do
guess
like
what?
to let people know
My
what you're
hair's
up
long
to.
now.
It
It's not pink
It's
anymore.
not pink
It's
anymore.
beautiful.
It's black.
Yep. But follow us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.